Okay, and we're at the point now where we're ready to connect all of our water supplies, both the hot and cold waters coming in as well as the drainage going out. We saw in a previous clip, I got the faucets attached before getting this in place because that would have been just a nightmare to try to reach back there and get all those fixtures tightened down and square and looking good. So for this is pretty straightforward. I remember, gosh, what is it, 4 years ago now, 5 years ago, before I'd really started DIYing renovations, I was only doing woodworking, so I wasn't comfortable with plumbing, I wasn't comfortable with electrical. I called a plumber because I needed a Ptrap on a utility sink in my basement. He showed up. He might have been there 8 minutes, and to install that Ptrap was $240. And I was like, nope, never again. I'm going to figure out how to do this. That's an absurd amount of money for the amount of time that he was there. So big box stores, Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever, sell Ptrap kits. They have everything you need. You might need, depending on what size the drain is coming out of the wall, mine's 1.5 inches. Ptrap's 1.25 inches. So I have an adapter here that goes down from 1.5 inches to 1.25 inches. Pretty straightforward. You're gonna need some PVC cement sealant adhesive junk, or if you have ABS, make sure you get the ABS. There's a handful of different things and each one only works for a certain number of substances. So make sure you grab the right one. Otherwise, have paper towels in case you get some water places, have a bucket in case something goes horribly wrong. But really all you're gonna need is a couple of wrenches, and that's pretty much it. So let's knock this out. Have our 1.5 inch pipe coming out, and then this is an adapter to go from 1.5 inches to 1.5 inches, but this side's threaded. So now we can slide our Ptrap in here, which is this guy. This comes in 2 components. This is how it goes together. You'll slide that in there. You can see where I already did with some of the blue goopy stuff. And that will be secured using this little guy. So it's called a slip washer nut, and it'll go right over there and secure. Sorry for the mediocre camera work, but I'll show you here in just 1 second. Okay, so the key thing to keep in mind here is your jumping sizes. Nearly all of these are 1.25 inches. So you need to be able to go from 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches piping. And the 1.5 inch pipe is also gonna be what's coming out of your wall more often than not. So you're going 1.5 inches, have the adapter to be able to thread on the back of your Ptrap with the washer. That's that red line in there. You go down, this comes as a unit. So this is 1.5 inch coupling to 2.5 inch pieces. Your Ptrap comes over, up. This is also 1.5 inch coupling with the 1.5 inch washer. This piece is 1.5 inches. This is 1.5 inch coupling, but that red washer that I showed you just a second ago is actually a transition washer that will take you from 1.25 inches down to 1.5 inches, and that is vital. Otherwise, you cannot make this connection. So right now, everything's hooked up. The water supplies, I mean, that's really simple. It's a 3/8 screw. It's just threaded, you tighten it on with a wrench, you turn the water on. I turn it really slowly, and then you can feel and hear it pressurize the line. And this particular model, which will be linked below, has a red indicator for the hot and a blue indicator for the cold. So if we did everything right, we can turn on our water, open up the drain, and come down here and inspect for leaks. And I don't see any drips. I don't hear any horrible noises. I think we are good. And there you have it. We have our Ptrap installed. We are leak-free, which is great. And this has been in use for several weeks now without any issues. This is a really approachable project. Really, anyone can do this. You don't need a whole lot of special tools. I think all I really used was a wrench to make sure I had nice tight seals. And then a saw, any kind of saw, to cut the pipes to length if you need to make adjustments. Super approachable. Don't be afraid to give this a try. If you run into any issues, leave a comment down below with what's going on and I'll do my best to help you out. You can check any of my other videos. I answer every comment that everyone puts in, even the negative ones where people are giving me a hard time because maybe I did something wrong, and I'm always interested to learn. So there's always room for growth, and negative criticism can still be good criticism. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this project. This was a part of a bigger master bathroom renovation that includes the new shower, that includes the dual vanity and the shiplap wall. I'll have videos to all those down in the video description below, so be sure to check those out. If you enjoyed this, if you learned a little bit from this, I would love it if you give this video a like. Consider subscribing and checking out some of my other content. That's gonna do it for this. Until next time, get out there and start your own project.